Yeah, so I've been working for about 7 years as a developer. And been working at Netlify for about 2.5 years. And before that, I was doing static site consulting. So I was really looking for a way to be able to build static sites that my clients could actually update because that was really hard at the time. And what ended up happening was I started working on a CMS that would just reuse Hugo and the Hugo internals to do everything. And I found out that Hugo is not really designed to be used like that. But in the process, I was using Netlify to deploy my client sites. And I ended up just replying to a marketing email and being like, I'm working on a CMS. And they, uh, they responded with, yeah, we're also working on a CMS and we'd like you to work on it. So that's how I ended up there. So, yeah, it was pretty fun. Yeah. So Netlify CMS was already a thing, but I described something very similar. So it ended up, the one I was working on never came to fruition, but I ended up working on this for the last couple of years.
Can everybody hear me now? Good. All right, we're off to a strong start. All right. But that's okay because the important part was that everybody got an intro to you. So the work that you did on Netlify CMS has kind of got us today. Now, you actually recently left the Netlify CMS project and you're on a different part of the team now, right?
Yeah, yeah. So being an open source maintainer and just working on the same project for a couple of years was just leading to a little bit of burnout. So decided to mix things up, and now I'm working on more on a backend role, working on a bunch of our Go services and our Netlify's build process. So that's been really fun.
Very cool. Yeah.
Never
Well,
doing that.
so today I'm going to drag you back into the Netlify CMS, and we can we can play around with it a little bit. So for anyone who's never heard of it, uh, the Netlify CMS, if I'm understanding correctly, it's just set up to be like entire workflow is managed in Git, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Cool.
Sean Urquhart has a really good presentation about this from the last Jamstack. But basically, or Jamstack Con, sorry. Um, but basically, Netlify CMS is it's just a UI for editing your content, and those edits are applied to your GitHub repository. So uh, instead of your normal CMS system with yeah, it's that's the talk I was referring to. But he has a whole thing in there. I won't spoil it, but it's pretty entertaining.
Awesome. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so the CMS is just a UI for editing Markdown files in Git, and it lets you edit those with a form editor and all sorts of different controls instead of just editing in your text editor, which was kind of the blocker for a lot of small sites, especially early on with static sites. And that's what I was running into as I described earlier. So what it does is it just connects to your GitHub repository from the browser
Mm.
and makes all the changes in GitHub, and and then from then on, your CI system takes care of the rest. So if you set up with with Netlify to automatically build your GitHub, then it sees the changes show up, and then it sees the changes show up, and then it just rebuilds your site, and the new changes will show up.
Yeah.
So that's the theory behind Netlify CMS, and it's a pretty technically complicated application, especially because it runs on all three of the major Git hosting providers.
Hmm.
So it supports GitHub, GitLab, and Bitbucket.
Yeah,
So
I remember that's actually how you and I met was I
mhm.
watched you give a presentation on how you were normalizing the GitHub, GitLab, and Bitbucket APIs,
Yep,
and it made my brain hurt. And I was like, you know what? This is a smart guy. I should keep him around.
it made my brain hurt too. So.
Okay, so I mean that sound like I've heard nothing but good things about Netlify CMS. I've had super limited contact with it. So I'm really excited to dive in. So I thought what would be kind of fun today is if you wanted to walk me through the process of setting up a Netlify CMS powered blog, we could just step through right from the beginning and get it to the point where we could actually even add another author. Oh, hey, Chris Biscardi just showed up. What's up, Chris? Thanks for the raid. So yeah, if I want to get started, what's the path? What do we want to do?
Yeah, so you'll just click on Docs. It's up at the top next to the GitHub start, and then start with the template on the left.
Start with a template.
And we're going to start with the Gatsby site striker.
Sounds like something.
You click that. That should just deploy it to Netlify and create a new site. And what we're actually going to do is we're going to wait for that deploy to finish, and then we're going to remove the default login setup because we're going to use a different one.
Okay. Let's see. Do it like that. Save and deploy.
So yeah, and now if we go to settings while we're waiting for that deploy to finish, we're actually going to get rid of the Netlify identity because we're going to do open authoring, which requires different setup.
And I'll get rid of it down here.
Yeah, go there. And all the way at the bottom in the danger zone is delete instance, and then you're also going to want to disable Git gateway. Technically, we don't have to do this, but we're not actually going to be using this, so it makes more sense to get rid of it and not have it laying around.
Yeah, it seems like a good idea.
Finding
Okay, so I have disabled identity. Was there something else that I needed to set up?
No, I think that disabled Git gateway for you already. So what we're going to do now is set up the GitHub auth provider, and there's a link I can actually drop in the Twitch chat that's got everything on how to do that.
Okay, and is this going to be in the Twitch chat, or are you putting it somewhere else?
Just 1 second. About this.
Okay, so let's copy this, get in here. All right, so we need to go into GitHub OAuth applications. All right, let's see if I can do this. I'm going to go into settings.
Yeah, and once you create that, you're not going to want to show that on screen because that will show an OAuth secret and client ID.
Yeah, the chat would love that, I'm sure. Okay, so we're going to call this Netlify CMS, and I need that, so I guess we'll just set this up to be like learn json.dev. Are we going to use this callback URL? Like, do I?
Yeah, that callback URL has to be a value, and it's shown in there.
Here it is.
Yep, and that's what lets Netlify finish the registration flow.
Great. And now when I click this, it's going to show me a token, right? So I need to pull this off screen. Okay. All right, we'll keep that safe from you hackers in the chat. All right, so I've got a client ID and a client secret. I'm going to save these off screen. You hackers, you dirty hackers. That's exactly right. Okay, so I have that saved, and I am now back in my apps. So here's the app that we just created. All I did was when I hit that register button, it gave me a client ID and secret. Those are now safely tucked away somewhere that you can't see them.
Yeah. So did you add those into the Netlify app yet?
I haven't added anything yet, no.
Okay.
All right, so now client ID, then I add to my Netlify site. So I'm going to go into Netlify, settings, access control, and then here we've got GitHub, and so I'll add the client ID, and then let me pull this off, and I'll get the secret in there and save it. Okay, so that's in. So now we've got GitHub set up as a provider. Oh no, get it away. Damn it. Every time. Every time. Okay, give me just a second. I have to do a new thing. So let me, we're going to revoke. And then I'm going to reset.
You hackers, you dirty hackers.
This is my whole life. I swear I have at least a solid full-time job of just resetting all of my exposed tokens because of this show. Where are we at? Here we go. Here, I need to get my password so that I can reset things. Now I've got a new client secret, I think. Let me reset. Reset. There's the new one. Okay. So I'm going to try this one more time where I don't show it to everybody. So go over here. I'm going to uninstall, reinstall, and that should give me... Okay. So now it's installed with a different client and token, and I'm not touching it. Like it's there. We're leaving it alone. And then what? Do I need to do anything else? Configured?
Yeah, now we need to just check if that deploy finished, because we need to change the config.yaml.
It looks like it did deploy, but there's a new one. Nope, it's published.
Okay, cool. So if you want to clone that repo so we can change the config, that's what we're going to have to do next.
Okay. So I'm going to clone it. Go in here. Let's go over here. And let's get clone. Alrighty. So now
you're going to want to go to its site or source / what is it?
CMS.
Static admin config.yaml. So the static folder, and then admin, and then config.yaml. And so you see that backend name, that's Git Gateway at the top.
Oh yeah.
We need to change that to GitHub. And then we need to add your repo.
Okay, so if I go back out to here, then we're looking for, wait, where was it?
You just need to change the name to GitHub. Just this little.
Oh, so instead of Git Gateway, it's
Yeah.
like GitHub straight up?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And then a new line with the key repo.
Okay. And
yeah, your username / your repo.
like this?
Yep.
Netlify CMS. Okay. All right. Cool.
And then if we commit and push that, that's going to change the IO system from using the Git Gateway that was originally set up using GitHub. And the reason we're doing that is because open authoring, the feature we're going to demo in a little bit, only works with the GitHub operator, not Git Gateway.
Okay, so I'm pushing Origin Master so that we've got GitHub OAuth. And upon doing that, what we should see is that it'll start deploying immediately, which is what we want.
Mm-hmm. So now we can, once that's finished, we can go ahead and just log into the CMS.
Yeah. So I'm just reading the chat because it looks like, let's see.
Oh yeah, Tony's pointing out that there's some extra JavaScript you don't need to load anymore, because it's loading the identity plugin that's not actually being used.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's good. Good. So we can definitely do that. Nikki, which new one are you talking about? And I totally need a secret screen. I broke my streaming rig somehow, and now whenever I switch over to like a different view right now, it crashes. I think because it's trying to unload the video and then back. So, you know, gotta figure that out. Let's see here. So we are almost done here. We're running queries. Sip some coffee. All right, finish the coffee, finish the deploy. We are in business. So let's get back here and take a look. So this is dope. Is this my login?
No, that's the link to the template. So the login is just /admin. I don't think there's a link to it built in.
/admin.
Mm-hmm. And what should show up is login with GitHub. So that's just going to log in with your GitHub credentials.
Nice.
And it's that application that you created earlier.
Client ID. Oh wait, did I save the wrong stuff?
Oh, that's possible.
I bet I did, because I bet I have like the wrong client ID or something. Okay. Hold please while I fix this mess that I've created for myself. Pulling this across. Going to uninstall this thing. Go back to my Git stuff. We're going to pull this across. Yeah, I know. Leave me alone, all right? I'm challenged. I'm tokenly challenged. I think this was the one that I screwed up. All right, so I'm installing GitHub. That's the client ID. Here's the client secret. I'm installing. It's all good. And now I can pull, let's see, get out of this. All right, so pulling this back across, pulling this back across. No secrets in sight, nothing up my sleeve. Let's reload the page. Try that one more time. Hey-oh, all right, so now that I've got the right client and secret, we're logged in. Okay, so something that's probably important to look at is, like, as we're doing this, I'm gonna also pull up a tab that I can get out of the admin in, so we can kind of take a look. So like this is a home page, and then there's also some stories. So like here's a blog post called The Beginner's Guide to Brewing with Chemex, which is like really kind of a little too soon for me. I just smashed my Chemex today while I was, I was like trying to make more coffee. But okay, so we've got, like, here's that. And then if I click into blog, here's that same post. So this is slick. Like, I actually haven't looked at this before, and this is really nice. So we've got the title, and then are these like, oh, it's live. That's so nice. Yeah, this is great. So cool. All right. So we're editing. Things are working. What should we do next?
So we could demo editing a blog post, or we could jump right into open authoring.
Yeah, I mean, let's play with a couple things. Like, I want to see, let's do an edit. So if I do like an edit here, and let's say that's a description, and then there's the post. So we've got rich text and Markdown. Oh, this is slick. So Markdown editing. All right, let's change something. All right, so we've got a couple little edits, and then I also want to change the image because I want to see what this feels like. So let's do, I'm going to upload a new one, and let's look in the downloads folder. Sure, that's a picture of a Negroni. You can brew a Negroni with a Chemex. All right, so I'm choosing selected. Can you tell me what the difference is between these two?
So one of them is just going to put you back on the index screen. The other one's going to put you in a new post.
Oh, so like if I wanted to create multiple posts, this is kind of like a shortcut to jump back in?
Yep.
Nice. Okay. So I'm going to publish.
Yeah, and so right now we're in the normal workflow or simple workflow. And what happens is as soon as you publish, it just goes out and it's going to create a new build. So you should see a new build show up in your Netlify app. But most sites are going to want a little more editorial control. They're going to want to be able to approve posts or you're going to want to have like a review process. So there is something built into the CMS to help with that.
Okay.
And it's called the Editorial Flow. So if you go back to the config.yaml that we were editing before.
Yep.
And just go to a new top level setting.
Okay. So just kind of like here.
Yeah, right above the new folder, right? And then publish mode with an underscore. Should be editorial workflow, also an underscore.
Editorial workflow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. And if you save that, I suppose we should make sure that our changes actually work.
Oh yeah, I guess we can do that first. So we've got this one's building. And that image that I uploaded, I think, is really large. So that is going to be fun. I should have thought about that before I uploaded like an 8 megabyte image.
Oh, well. Well, we could take a look at the open authoring docs if you want, because we'll need those for later.
Okay, so over here.
So it's going to be in the netlifycms.org docs.
Netlifycms.org. And in the docs, open authoring.
Yep, there it is. So this is what we're going to end up setting up. Right now we're just adding the editorial workflow so we can just see that screen and what that looks like. But the next thing we're going to do is set this up. And what open authoring is going to let us do is it's going to let anybody who has a GitHub account log into the Netlify CMS on their on your site and propose changes with PRs from the CMS.
Yeah. This is dope. So this means that I'm not asking somebody to like give me their username and I have to go through and give them permissions. They're just able to like say it. They're like, oh, I want to set this thing up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep. In fact, as soon as we add this, the chat's going to be able to create PRs through the admin interface.
Oh, I like it. Okay, yeah, let's totally do that. Chat, get ready to propose changes. All right, so yeah, this is awesome.
So let's see if that build finished.
This is done. So now if we go out here, we can reload.
You hackers, you dirty hackers.
And so that change worked. And then I think if we go back to the home page, we should have, that's that new image, the Negroni image is there. So this is, I mean, this is slick. Like this, obviously I've made almost zero code changes with the exception of showing a whole bunch of secrets on stream. And we're already, we've deployed a site where we're making edits to it, logging in with GitHub, which feels pretty nice. Yeah, I'm in. So, okay, how do we make that happen?
So let's go back to let's go ahead and enable open authoring at the same time, just so we only have to wait for one build. So we're just going to go to the backend section of the config.yaml, and there's literally just one thing we got to add. And it's
backend.
all the way at the top.
Oh, all the way at the top. Oh, yeah, here.
And you're going to add open authoring true with a yeah.
Like this?
Yep, that's it.
Sweet. I like how easy this is. Is that's listed in the docs though? Yeah, oh yeah, here it is.
Right there.
It's beautiful. Yeah, I mean, this is great. Just how straightforward it is. I like seeing the config just be like, oh yeah, just do this one thing, and now everything works. All right, so I'm going to Enable editorial
You're
workflow.
probably gonna want to add the rest of those changes.
Did I, what now?
You made the changes, but I think they're unsaved. So when you commit, they're not included.
I think, all right, so these are saved. So I'm going to git commit all with a message of enable editorial workflow plus open authoring. Let's push that. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah, because we made changes from the thing. Now we should be able to push. Shoot. What happened? Okay. I think I just did something weird with my commit. All right, now we're clean, so I should be able to push. That worked. Let's get back to our deploys. Here's our new deploy. And hopefully that that image should be cached, so this build should be nice and fast.
Yeah.
And once this is done, then chat, you should be able to go. I'm actually going to rename this site while we're waiting because I want it to be easier to find. So let's change it to LWJ Netlify CMS. And then we can go out here and we should be able to just look at it. LWJ Netlify CMS.netlify.com. Okay, that works. And the same with the backend, I hope. LWJ Netlify CMS. Perfect. All right. So when I log in with GitHub, it takes me back in. Good deal.
Loading the deploy. Oh, because that deploy isn't like it.
Yeah, not quite done yet. Still, yeah, the images. I think maybe my URL change broke the caching. Are y'all getting lag on the stream? No? Maybe? Let's see. All right, so it's live. So now somebody should be able to go in and make a suggestion. Hit LWJ Netlify CMS /admin. The repo should be open now. So if you hadn't already set that up, it should work. Now, do they need to fork to make this proposal, or will it handle that workflow?
The open authoring workflow should fork that for you. Let me check my checklist because I remember running into that error message, Tony, earlier.
I mean, we can also just pan over to Chris Biscardi and let him do Jim Carrey impersonations for the next like 20 minutes. What is that from The Mask? You're dating yourself, Chris.
Well,
yeah.
Let's see if we can log in as a test account.
Okay, so yeah, what I'll do then is I'm going to log out as me, and then I've got a throwaway account. So I'm going to sign in as, yeah, here's my, hopefully this account still works. Oh, crap. Let me take this off screen, and I need verification code. Okay, that was easy. All right, so now if I go here, this just logged me in as a different user?
Yeah, it's because of your cookies from GitHub.
Okay, so this is my throwaway. And I'm authorizing myself, not, okay, that's confusing. Okay, so I'm authorizing, and I do not have access. So do I need to make a setting change?
I thinking.
Did I make?
Sounds like a GitHub. It's because we didn't upgrade the CMS to the version that has open authoring. So if we go to the package.json, we need to let me go to npm page. I knew I'd seen that error earlier. I was trying to remember why.
Is it in the, like, if I just upgrade the Netlify CMS package, is that gonna?
Yeah, so if you go into package.json, but you have to update it to a beta. So I'm looking for the actual version. It's 2.9.8-beta.4.
Okay, so let me run a yarn upgrade, and then I'll check the lock file to make sure that that's what we get to.
Yeah, we'll have to manually change it in the package.json because it's a beta version.
Oh, I got you.
Yarn will automatically update to it.
Okay, so I need to add like resolutions then because it's in the.
No, just go to the package.json and then change Netlify CMS.app. That should be 2.9.8-beta.4.
Beta.4. 2.9.8-beta.4.
Yes.
Okay.
And now if you run that, you should be able to plug in as another thing. You can actually test it without running it without waiting for the build to finish online. If you run your build locally, you can actually just access the CMS exactly the same way.
Okay, yeah, let's give that a shot. Let me check this lock file to make sure that it did what I want. Checking here. 2.9.8. Yep. Okay. Perfect. So that's doing what we want, and then I can run yarn develop. Are y'all getting a ton of static? Okay. Something I need to troubleshoot my streaming rig. I'm getting like weird static. Building development bundle. Okay. All right, here we go. And now we are in the admin. And I'm logged in as the wrong person. So let's log in with GitHub. Who am I? Yeah, this should be my throwaway. Still doesn't like it.
That's weird. Let me check. I have, just in case, I thought something like this might happen, so I made sure to commit something that had all the changes that were needed. That should be everything.
Yeah, Eco, I have a feeling that Chris is going to have a whole shopping list for me. Between Chris and Joel, I'm like, oh, do I really need a rack mount? Like, maybe I do. Should I get a compressor and a power conditioner and a preamp? And next thing I know, I'm going to be like, my whole office is just going to be rack mounted gear. Okay, so if I run yarn outdated now, do I need to install, is there like a beta version of the Gatsby plugin Netlify CMS that I need?
No, that shouldn't matter. That Netlify CMS app should update everything for you. I did notice that the starter uses npm by default, so it's using a package lock.json normally.
Okay.
I don't know that would cause that difference.
Okay. I just ran a quick like dump of everything. I'm going to try one more time and see how it goes. Yeah, I definitely think that Sarah's going to be like, "Oh yeah, go ahead and buy a whole ton of like rack-mounted audio gear on Netlify Dime." That seems, I mean, maybe, I don't know. We can have that conversation later, I guess. All right, so I'm doing a hard refresh here. I'm going to log in. I've got my... Hey, now it's working.
Yeah,
Okay, so I think something had not quite cleared in the cache. So now I can... If I don't fork, it just breaks, right? So I need to fork?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it gives you the option in case you just don't want to do it. But
gotcha. Okay. So then I can do a new blog and I can be like, this is a test. And read this.
It hasn't been pushed up yet, Tony, so no, the chat can't log in yet.
Oh, yeah, chat, you're not quite ready yet. I'm doing a quick test here. So let me just throw one of these in. No, not that button. I'm going to choose that. And then... Doom, doom, doom. Who knows that reference? Let's see. I missed a required field, which was... Oh, it has to be a featured post.
I think you can click it twice to turn it off and then on and then back off.
Okay.
I think that's a bug with the defaults.
I get you. So you just have to like have interacted with the field to...
Yeah.
So this is kind of fascinating. So now I can't...
Workflow. Yeah, so that I was
Did
gonna...
that just work?
I was gonna show the editorial workflow, but I forgot to show that first. But when you make changes, when the editorial workflow's on, they don't show up in your blog right away. They show up in this screen. So in the open authoring, this has two columns, and in the other one, this has 3 columns. The reason is the 3 columns are normally drafts, in review, and ready to publish. And when you're in open authoring, you don't, there's nothing, you can't say that it's ready to publish. Only the repo owners can do that. So what you just, by dragging it from the drafts to in review, was you actually created the PR. The PR isn't created.
Oh, awesome.
So you get this draft, so you don't create PRs automatically on other people's repos just by saving a draft.
Oh, that's super cool. Okay, so if let's see, what was it? LWJ, Netlify CMS. Then now we can see, here's the thing that I created. Okay, so let me push this change now that we've got it running. Let's ensure update deps. Push. Oops. Okay, so that's pushed up. Give that a minute, and we should be looking at... So this is a deploy preview, which is just awesome. All right, where was it? Here? Yeah. All right. So one question that we just got is to test the drag and drop with a... Oops. Here's how you would do it, Ecomath. So it is keyboard accessible. It's just not keyboard accessible in the drag and drop. So you would just click into it and then set its status. Now if I put it back into draft status, will it delete the PR?
It will close it.
It'll close it.
If you move it back, it will reopen the same PR. It won't create a new one.
Nice. That was
a lot harder to set up than it sounds.
I imagine it would be. So yeah, this is awesome. Okay, cool. Very cool. So we've got, let's see, this one is the deploy preview. And then we need, maybe I'll just, no, I want that to build because I want to be able to look at it. I should change that image out to something smaller. Okay. Processing. Running queries. Here we go. Things are happening. Yeah. All right. Okay, we're live. Okay, so our preview deploy is live, and that would show up on this PR, I believe. So thank you for the review, Chris. So now we have a deploy preview. We can go in, we can check it out. We've got this, here's our test. We can read it. Excellent. Okay, so these are all the things that we want. It's all working. Things are good. And then we should be seeing the authoring, like the multi-authoring is now building. So Netlify CMS is open source, right? Like we can go hack on it. So
github.com/netlify/netlify-cms. It's about 30,000 lines of JavaScript.
So let's drop a link to that, and then let's also drop a link to the contributing guide, because you've still got a few days left in Hacktoberfest. So if you haven't gotten your 4 PRs, now's the time. Like get them in, get those 4 PRs, get that T-shirt. It's really. Have y'all done Hacktoberfest? Chat, who's doing Hacktoberfest?
I should have won my Hacktoberfest shirt.
The design this year is cool too. Like I really like this. It's very like, it doesn't make any sense, but I'm into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Michael, it's time. Get in there. Get those PRs in. I know there are a whole bunch of things out there that are good to go. A great way to get your PRs in, if you're looking for them, is to make contributions to Blitz Jackson the Robot. So if y'all want to make fun chat commands, that's a way to do it. Get in there and make that happen. So now we've got our fixes up. So, all right, chat, you should be able to now get into the site with just your things making and be able to make contributions. So then if I log out as my throwaway.
So somebody asked a question that I wanted to address. So Ecomath asked, or Ecomath338 asked us, is there a way to let people merge posts from the CMS? So open authoring is actually the exception. Normally with the editorial workflow, you would merge the posts directly from the CMS. With open authoring, that dashboard would take a lot of work to add. So for now, you have to merge the PRs through the GitHub UI, but only for open authoring. The PRs created by people who actually have access to the repo, which are the way that it normally works. Those ones you can merge from inside the CMS UI, regardless of whether open authoring is on or off.
Okay, so now I'm logged in as me, and I'm the owner of the repo, and so I don't see my post, that review post.
The open authoring posts don't show up in this view. That's what I was just explaining.
Okay, I understand.
Your posts will show up, and the posts of anybody else who's using the normal workflow. But the open authoring posts aren't integrated into this yet.
I got you.
Yeah, hopefully they will get all better integrated eventually, but it's a pretty complicated thing to be tackling from the browser.
Sweet. All right, I'm into it. So let's, just merge it. YOLO. So now we've merged a post from Chris, and as soon as it's merged, it shows up. Yeah, I mean, this is just such a slick workflow where we've got, here's like Chris's, here's a Dark Risty. Now we have a deploy preview going out. We merged Chris's post, so now we've got something going into master. And I've written, like 5 lines of config to make all of that work?
Yeah, it's a pretty slick workflow once it's all set up.
That's a really nice workflow. One thing that would be potentially, I wonder if we could add easily, is just like just a search for like the repo. If you're the repo owner, just saying like you have X number of posts waiting review. So you could, even if we can't interact with them here, we could at least click a link, because that would be super, super nice to be able to see, to keep my editing workflow in one place.
Yeah. It's pretty simple to get them. So that could be a pretty simple contribution if anybody's trying to get their Hacktoberfest shirt.
There you go, chat. There's your Hacktoberfest.
The reason it's not integrated right now is because the CMS doesn't have a way to distinguish PRs from different repos, so they would effectively collide with each other. So there's just like refactoring that needs to be done in the CMS to support that.
Nice. Okay, yeah, I got you.
But something like their X pending posts wouldn't be too hard.
Yeah, we could just query issue like any pull request for this repo, for the parent repo, whatever one actually owns the site. That would be kind of nice. I'd like to see that. Chat, you should totally do that. And cool. So Chris actually made that post from the GitHub UI to see if it showed up in the regular UI, and I have no idea if it did. Chris, did you get a chance to look before I YOLO merged it? Maybe. No. Don't think it did or does. Okay.
It won't have metadata created for it if it's made through the GitHub UI.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. And so that's just another vote for the listing that just has a count.
The metadata is stored on an orphan ref on the GitHub repo. So it's actually really difficult to navigate through in UI, but you can do it. The easiest way is probably to use the network inspector to find the hashes of the commit metadata. But yeah, it's a big thing. It's not designed to be removable.
Oh, you're doing it in the .git folder?
There's a secret branch on your GitHub repository that the CMS is using to track metadata about posts. And it's an orphan ref, which means it's not addressed by any of the branches that exist. So it's really hard to get to it in the GitHub UI.
Oh, fascinating.
Yeah. It's
secret. Sneaky. No, that's cool though. I like that you managed to do it without having to create confusing config files that would make a bunch of noise in the PRs, and also without having to create some kind of external database to manage that stuff. So that, it cuts down quite a bit on overhead. I can see how this would be one of those things where you fall off the happy path, it gets confusing in a hurry. But it seems like we've got a pretty good happy path here. I mean, if your goal is to author a blog and allow community contributions, that's a pretty big improvement over hey, fork this issue, download this repo, make changes on your own machine, and then submit a PR. Just being able to say, yeah, log in here, it's going to have you fork the repo, make some changes, and then it'll get submitted to me for review. That's a good workflow.
Yeah. Ideally, if you can sign up for GitHub, you should be able to make the blog post without any other work. So.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Rhino Ranger, the FaunaDB stuff, we actually, the last episode that we did, which I think is now live on learnwithjason.dev, was on adding FaunaDB to the chatbot. So if you want to do a deep dive in there, it's all in there. But yeah, so this is slick, Benaiah. You've done awesome work here. This is a really good kind of workflow and user experience, and I think there is a lot to benefit from here. Is there anything else that you want to show off?
That was the bulk of what I want to show off. I'm happy to answer questions about the CMS, or we could dig into some other features that you or the chat wants to.
So one thing that I'd like to look at is so how do these collections get defined? If I want to specify another type of collection, let's say I want to do events, how would I get those to show up over here?
Yeah, so that's just in your config.yaml. So if you want to go back to that, I can show you.
Okay, so I'm going into config.yaml.
And the config.yaml is really what drives the CMS. So that collections list there, those are the collections that you're using And the editing screen is created from that fields setting. So that field setting lists every kind of thing that's in that data file. It can be JSON, YAML, Markdown with front matter. I think maybe TOML. I don't remember if it's for TOML or not.
Can you talk about this a little bit? So this image is not quoted. Is that, I assume that means it's kind of a special thing?
It's just because it's YAML. YAML lets you put fair words in as conversion experience.
Cool. So then we've got pages. All right. So let's for fun, since we've got a little bit of time left. Let's see. Hey, what's up? Thank you for the raid, Jitterted. Thank you very much. What were y'all working on today? Let's see. So I want to build up. Let's do a name, events. We'll give it a label of events. And then, so I'm kind of going off of what I see down here. So for files, we're just specifying, maybe I can just use the,
So there's two kinds of collections. There's files collections, which are a specific set of files. And then there's folder collections, which are a folder full of pages. So with events, you'll probably want to specify a folder that is full of, so you actually delete those files. And then the folder goes
source pages blog
right on collection.
Or events. Okay, so I delete the files and then folder goes up here.
Yep.
Cool. And then create true, I assume, means that like it will build the folder for me.
Create true means people are allowed to create new posts.
I got you. Okay.
Create is not true. It just won't have any UI for adding new stuff. You'll only be allowed to change ones that exist.
So for example, if I had like a home page and that was its own content type, and the only option really is to edit the home page, not to create multiple home pages, then I would remove that. And so I'd have all the controls to edit it, but not the controls to create the second one.
Yeah. In that particular case, you probably use a files collection, but yeah, you could also just use a folder collection you can't add to.
Gotcha. Okay. And so then I need to create a slug. And this looks like a template kind of thing. So I'm just going to copy this one actually, because this seems like a good thing to do. But maybe I'll prefix it with like event. Oops. Oh boy. Like, does that work, or does it matter if I have a leading?
The slug is used to create the file name, so it can't have slashes in it.
Oh, it's the file slug.
Yeah.
I get you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Whatever. I want it to be unique. I'm not going to think too hard about that. And then we need to set some fields. So the template key, can you talk a little bit about what that is?
The template key, I'm not sure what that one is. That's something particular to this. That's a hidden widget on this starter template. So what that is doing is it's selecting the blog post template, because Gatsby, I think, is consuming a couple of these collections.
Oh, I understand.
Using that template key to pick a different template.
I got you.
So a hidden widget always has its default state, so just let you set data that's always the same for a collection.
Got it. Okay. And so then I can do like, let's do fields. And then under fields, I'm just going to set up a few. We'll do like a label, title, and name title, and widget, string. And I'm assuming the widget type is just like the field type. So string, text area, or text, it looks like. And then, Markdown. Nice. Okay, so then let's create one more. I'll do a date and date time, and then a description. And that one was text. Okay, that seems like that's enough to get us started. So let's just run that locally and see how it goes. Because what I want to see is I just want to see this this local collection show me a new file. And then our Gatsby site's not set up to actually use this collection, so we'd have to build out all that stuff. We're not going to do that. Later, Eco. Thanks for stopping by. And then, yeah, I mean, I feel like that's chat. If you got anything else, ask, because we got some time. We were able to, I can't believe we were able to get all that set up in like, what, 35 minutes? So that's pretty slick. So let's get in here. I'm going to go back. I'm going to refresh the page, get logged in, and now I got events. So
so that is because the folder doesn't exist. You can commit a .ignore that's blank to add a folder without changing anything.
Oh, like a git keep?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no folder existing in the API. So
what was it?
There's still some rough edges in the CMS that need to be worked on, and this is one of them.
Events. Will it work now? Or do I need to actually put like a...
It needs to actually exist on the GitHub API, so it needs to be pushed.
Oh, I got you. Okay, so let me do that. I'll do a .git keep. And
so
then...
we don't have to wait for the build to complete.
Okay, so I'm going to, let's git add all, and then we'll git commit add events. Oh, whoops. Yep. All right, so we have pushed that. And then from there, because it's up now, I should be able to yarn develop. And once this gets booted up, we should be able to create an event.
LVPixel, we don't have a specific multiple language support. There's a few different strategies people have used, but that is still something that we're really trying to figure out a good way of supporting. I think most people just use a separate file for each language your post is in.
So you'd like put it under a folder like, you know, like blog/en, blog/de, blog/es kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay, so then saving. And if I come back in here, what I want to see did it do it? Or did that put it in GitHub?
I put it in GitHub. So if you get full now.
Oh, yeah.
Because all the mutations, all of everything it's checking, even if it's running locally, it's always checking GitHub's API. So the state in the CMS is always whatever the state is in GitHub.
Got it. Okay, so pages, events. Okay, but it didn't like that. Did it?
Do you have the editorial flow? It's another pull request. Yeah.
Oh, it's a pull request. Nope.
No? Oh.
Did I break something?
If you run the CMS locally again, does it show up in the editorial flow?
Oh wait, it crashed. Oh, maybe was it not running when I tried to save it?
That shouldn't matter because it's only on the client side.
Let's see. It might just be that I configured this thing wrong, because I definitely did that in a big hurry. All right, so that's running. I'm reloading, getting logged in. Okay, so it didn't actually save that event. So let's, yes, I would. Let's save it. You doing it? Entry saved.
So let's see if it shows up in the workflow.
Okay, so it didn't show up as a pull request. but I'm logged in, so it should show up in here, but it did not. So I have misconfigured something. Unpublished, in review. Oh, am I still logged in as my throwaway account? That's why. Okay.
Yeah, so it wasn't creating a PR yet.
Okay. So now it should be a PR. Yes. Yep. Excellent. Okay, cool. So I was just doing something wrong. But this is super cool that we are able to just really quickly do that. It looks like it just puts all that data in together here. Are you able to put multiple markdown fields in?
You can put multiple markdown fields in. Only the one called body will be the actual body. The rest of them will be the state and put in the YAML.
Got it. Sorry, Tony. Tony knew that I was logged in as the fake user. He was. I feel like this is like a recurring theme, is that I'm struggling and the chat's like, you did this. And I'm like, what could it be? We'll never know. They're like, you did this. All right. So with that, like, at this point, we'd need to go in and build something in Gatsby to read these files and actually put them out on the page. But like, again, this is really fast. We're an hour into the stream now. We've been able to set up Netlify CMS. We got an editorial workflow going where anyone, not people who have been specifically added by the repo owner, but like literally anyone, can create a GitHub account and open a pull request to make some changes. And I mean, that is really, really powerful stuff, because it's going to make a big difference in the level of difficulty getting something set up. You don't have to set up a full-fledged database-backed managed CMS. You can just like start a blog, throw it up on Netlify CMS, and the community can contribute right off the bat, which is, I think, that's such a nice workflow. So yeah, is there anything else that you want to talk about here?
No, I'm happy to answer more questions about the CMS, but yeah, I feel like I'm honestly pretty happy that went as well as it did. Oh, Tony wants me to talk about widgets. So one of the cool things you can do with the CMS is that those widgets that you selected when you were writing your config.yaml, those are just named React components, and you can add your own, and they can do anything they want in the editor interface or the preview interface. So I think there might be custom widgets in this one. I don't know if there are custom widgets in this starter template.
Is this like preview compatible image, one of them?
No, that's used in the preview templates. That's another cool feature. So the preview templates in here, when you type on and you get the live updates, those are actually the preview is actually a React component. It's not loading an iframe in your page. It's using the same React components that Gatsby is using to create the preview. So you're actually using the exact same code, but you're not, reloading the page. It's loading as a React component.
Nice.
So that React compatible image is an image component that works both in the Gatsby and in the CMS previews, because you have to make sure that you're getting the right path both when you're in the preview and when you're in the built site.
Nice.
I don't think this one has custom widgets, but that is totally something you can do. If you go to cms.js in CMS, you can see it in there. You can see the preview templates being registered. And those preview templates are registered. So the first one is just the name of the collection, and then the other one is a React component that it uses to preview it.
Yeah, I mean, this is super slick. And so if we wanted to learn about those widgets, we would go to here and widgets, and we'll be able to create our own, which is nice and slick. Let me throw that in the chat. And it looks like we would be able to do something along these lines. And this, nice. So we've got a whole bunch of options in here, hidden maps, and this is like an actual map, like a Google map or something.
Yeah, I don't actually remember how that one works exactly, but it has some interactive map UI.
That's cool. Set up a
And the
relation.
custom guide is on the side there too, creating custom widgets under customization.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, so we just register a widget, the name, and then the control, that's the React component?
That's the React component in the editor. The preview is an optional React component for the preview pane.
Awesome. This is, that's great. It's nice and flexible. So cool. All right, man. Well, I think we probably don't have enough time to really like dig into this and do it properly. So maybe we can, in the future we can go mess with that and build some custom widgets. But for this time, I think, chat, unless you got questions, we're gonna call this one. Benaiah, anything you want to leave us with? Where should people go to find you online?
So yeah, you can follow my Twitter at Mischenko. I don't use it a whole lot, but it's there. Other than that, I mostly work on GitHub. I do want to plug my favorite open source project at the moment, which is it's a Lisp language that compiles to Lua that I use for interactive game development. It's called Fennel. It's at fennel-wing.org. I think it's super fun.
Fennel like the sausage?
The repo is back BAKBAKIN/fennel.
BAKBAKIM /
BAKBAKIN. Like that packing.
That?
Yep.
Oh man, this is exciting stuff. All right, I haven't looked at anything like this. Well, super cool. Yeah. So everyone, if you've got questions, you know where to find Benaiah. You can always hit me up on Twitter or wherever. And we're going to be back later this week with another show. Let me figure out which one it is. We are going to have, oh God, it's November. Oh, maybe it's not this Friday. You know what? I'm going to have to tweet about this because I don't actually know what's going on. Oh, wait, I got it. We're doing a Halloween stream, everyone, and it's going to be so much fun. I'm going to be streaming with Gant Laborde. We're going to be doing some AI stuff. We're going to get into like facial recognition and things. We've got something really silly planned. I think it's going to be a good time. I would highly encourage you to wear a costume to the stream. I know you're not going to be on video, but I'll be in costume. You should be in costume. Let's wear costumes in solidarity. So, we'll see you on Thursday. Otherwise, thank you so much. Chat, stay tuned. We're going to stream. Benaiah, thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Chat, stay tuned. We're going to raid, and we will catch you next time.